Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well today. I'm super excited for this topic because it's something that me and my clients talk about all the time, and I think it's definitely worth the conversation. Social media takes a lot of time and effort. And I can admit that even, working in the field, even, to some people's understanding, being expert level at it, and it is challenging and it takes time and it takes effort. And so today I want to discuss the subject. Is it overrated? Is it a waste of your time? And especially for nonprofits, we know that time is of the essence. We know that you don't have forever. And so, what I want to start by saying is it depends. And so, my name is Gabby. If you don't already know me, I'm a brand strategist and I work specifically with nonprofits to help them really deepen their community connections and grow on social media. And I find that in general, there are two schools of thought when it comes to social media. So, the first school of thought is that social media is a waste of time. We don't need it. We shouldn't even dabble in it. We've been doing just fine all this time. So, why should we dig deep and get into it now? And then you have the other extreme, which is we need to put all our effort into social media. 100% of what we do needs to be on social media. And most of our efforts, when it comes to marketing our programs and what we're doing and connecting with um, organizations that provide grants and government agencies and our clients, all of that needs to be on social media. Okay. My opinion falls in between the two. I don't believe either extreme is helpful, specifically in the world of nonprofit. Now, there are other industries and business models where one of those two may make more sense. But for you, for nonprofit executive directors, program managers, I want to talk about what it looks like for you. So, a lot of people say the only way to grow social media is on social media. Anyone who works in social media will tell you that the only way you can really grow using social media is by posting lots of content. That's it. Posting lots of content, paying for ads, both of which can become extremely expensive and time intensive, right? And then on the flip side, you have people that say social media is the only thing that matters. When we all know there are times when we've seen a brand on social media and interacted with them in person, and as a result of the in person interaction, went back, maybe even unfollowed that brand and decided we'll never work with that brand again. We're not interested in their services anymore. So that proves right there that social media can't possibly be the only thing that matters, right? And so I stand somewhere in the middle, because I think that when it comes to social media, you have to use it for what it's good for. And what is social media good for? Social media is good for communicating who you are, what you do, and how other people can get involved. Again, it's good for who you are, what you do, and how other people can get involved. That is the purpose of your social media as a nonprofit. Yes, you can use it to attract donors. Yes, you can ask for donations every now and then. Yes, you can get clients through it. But those are the three main purposes of social media for brand awareness. And so I want to talk to you about what it looks like when a person encounters your organization's name or hears about you. So let's give them some names. I always come up with really good names. Okay, so let's say that we have Sarah, and Sarah is telling her friend Jennifer about this really, really exciting nonprofit. She is so excited about their work. She loves what they do. And so, as she's telling her, Jennifer pulls up Google and she puts the nonprofit in. And as Sarah continues to talk to her and gets really excited, she finds the nonprofit on social media. Jennifer sees that the nonprofit is inactive on social media. They don't really post. And despite all of the good feedback from Sarah, she feels confused. And guess what? People that are confused do not decide. They decide to not decide. And so, what we don't want is for our customers to be confused. And in your case, we're talking about clients, we're talking about your local leaders, we're talking about your local influencers, we're even talking about organizations that provide grants. And so, it's super important for you to be on social media simply for the purpose that you want to show activity. You want people to know that we're still here and we're still working, right? And that's really important. I can't tell you the number of times I go to a nonprofit's website and click on their social media buttons, and they either go nowhere or go to facebook.com and that's it, or instagram.com and that's it, or linkedin.com and that's it. This is a problem. We want to make sure that we are communicating in every way possible. And the other thing to remember is, even though it's working right now, your clients and your target audience gets younger every single day. Every single day, your audience is getting younger. And so, even though you might be serving people who don't use technology today, that may look different 5, 10, or 15 years from now. So, what you want to do is you want to be active now. So that way, 5 to 10 years from now, when you know for a fact you need social media, you already have it. You've already built up the presence and you've already done the work. And so I want to tell you what works for my clients. We really like to combine the two. We like to combine the in-person interactions with social media. And so the very first thing we often help our clients do is to understand which actions are tied to which results. One of the most common misconceptions that clients come to me for is that, hey, we want to use our email list to grow our email list, which is impossible. You can't use, it's like trying to use, yeah, it doesn't work, okay? Because you have to get people to sign up for your email list through other mechanisms, right? You have to pull them from social. You have to pull them from your personal connections. You have to pull them from in-person events and get them signed up. It doesn't necessarily work to use email marketing to grow your email list. You have to use other mechanisms to grow it, right? The other common thing I hear is, well, which metrics matter? That's going to differ from organization to organization. Last week, one of the things we talked about was the most important thing about your social media strategy is deciding what the overall goals for the organization is. And so when it comes to really figuring out what do we want to do with social media, we have to look back at our goals. And a lot of times, what I see with my clients is they kind of come in with a mindset of these are the metrics we need to hit, but those metrics don't always align back to their goals. So I have them laser focus on certain metrics to make sure that they are using the right markers of success. Because sometimes you'll be posting and you'll be doing all this work, and it seems like it's not working because you're looking at the wrong measures of success. And as soon as they reframe their perspective of social media, they're able to document all the amazing things they're doing to attract more donors, sponsors, and grants. And it's because they understand what social media does and does not do, right? They understand it. Imagine trying to use a broom to mop, right? That's what a lot of people try to do with social media. They try to use it to accomplish a goal that doesn't necessarily match the actual platform. And so I always want to make sure that you have the right tools and you have the right things in place based on the goals you have. And once you have realistic expectation of what it takes to get where you want to be, then you can put all your energy into doing the things that help you reach your results. So when it comes to social media being overrated, I don't think it's overrated. I just don't think people always understand how to use it. I think people get a little fuzzy around the metrics. And that's why a huge part of what we do when we bring on a nonprofit client is in the education piece. Our entire strategy session is nothing but education. We're educating you about the demographics of your client. We're educating you about the demographics of the different social media platforms. And we're educating you about what strategy we think will work based on the goals that you share with us. So, if you are ready to dive into social media, but you know you need a little help, you can click the first link below or above, depending on what platform we're on, to get that information. And as always, if you are slow to commit, we completely understand. You can fill out our needs assessment, which will tell you exactly what you need to take your nonprofit organization to the next level. So, I am signing off. I hope this was super helpful for you. Let me know if you think social media is overrated or underrated. Let me know how well you feel you and your organization are using it in the comments. And I'm more than happy to connect with you all and talk with you all about your thoughts when it comes to social media platforms. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I wish you guys the best. Bye.